Oh man, what a week! What a week it has been. We are halfway through the fantasy football season, Dylan. Can you believe that?
It's actually depressing.
I
I
know,
would use
right?
more vulgar words if we weren't
I'm sorry.
live. But
I'm sorry.
yes, it is super depressing that we waited um, so long for football to be here, and it's halfway over
Yep, it's a shame, and
for the
it's
season.
it's
It's halfway through the season.
yeah,
Yeah. So
yeah, yeah. It just got playoffs. I mean, technically, we still have a little bit. We're through halfway through the regular season of fantasy football.
yeah, but you got to think, what is it? It's October.
Yeah,
So really,
good
I
basically
mean,
for to the end of
like
December.
really, football is going to end like really, like uh, like beginning. I would say like middle of December because then like the games start to slow down,
Yeah,
and then like playoffs come, and then it's like then we're gonna get to a point where there's like one game or two games a week.
mm.
You know what I'm saying? Like you hit playoff. You know what I'm saying? And then before you know it, then we got to
That's
then we have
it.
a 2 week break, and then it's a Super Bowl, and then that's
Yeah,
it.
that's it.
So we have till February. Well, February.
Yeah,
I forgot what the date is for the Super Bowl, but
third, fourth,
yeah,
or
fourth, I think. Yep.
fourth,
So yeah,
something
and
like that.
uh it's October 19th.
Yeah, yeah. It's a shame, but we're going to talk about a lot of stuff today. A lot of injuries across all of the NFL. Some trades that have happened already. Some trades that we could possibly see that might impact your fantasy football lineup. And welcome to. We'll change the name up a little bit. It's fantasy for the win. Let's get to it.
This is the Variety Sports Network created for the fans, by the fans.
I won't lie. I forgot that part was at the end. I thought it. I didn't know it was there. I forgot it was there. It's cool though.
Yeah, it is.
It's cool. I like it. Dylan, how you doing?
I'm doing all right.
Doing all right.
You yourself?
Not too bad. Not too bad.
Good.
I'm happy with my fantasy football team. Well, with one of my fantasy football teams right now.
Which one? The
Um,
one that we're in?
yeah, the league that we're in. Because my garbage of a team somehow, um, with with two rookie running backs leading the way,
That I told you not
is
to draft.
3-3.
I mean, that's not something to be proud of, but
It's something to be proud. I mean, I'm happy that I'm 3-3. I could
yeah.
be 0-6
No,
easily.
you wouldn't have been 0-6, but I'm really surprised that you're not negative.
Yeah, I'm.
I'm surprised you're not negative. I really
Yeah,
am. And guys, that's not a diss on it. I'm just surprised he's not negative
no.
because
Let me read you my team for those
I
of you.
told Saf like at our draft, and like most of the time I just kind of do it to kind of be like a douchebag. But I told him that his team sucked. I did, and I meant that like with my whole heart that his team was bad.
Look, I'm in a damn playoff position right now. Okay, leave me alone.
Yeah, but go ahead.
I'm
I mean,
thinking high.
if the players would have performed correctly, I
Yeah,
mean that goes for any fantasy team.
that's true.
But
I'm at one game out of first place. So
he made he made some choice picks that were not have not panned out so far. Yeah,
no.
go ahead and go ahead and shoot your team out.
Yeah. So this week. So you got Patrick Mahomes. They're playing the Chargers. Should be solid. He's projected 30 points. Kyron Williams already projected out this week. So that's my star running back right now. He's done pretty well this season.
Yes.
So I can't complain
No.
about that. Um, my my other guy, who's going to get put back in the lineup this week because he was been out for the last 2 weeks because of injury, is Jamar Gibbs. I'm excited to have him back because the what's his name? I know you told me about it, so I get it. I wasn't expecting a lot from him, but he gave me enough points to help win this week, and
Yeah.
that was the DeMarcado.
Yeah. Yeah.
Was
And
enough points to
Gibbs,
win.
well, Gibbs should be pretty decent too because I don't think David Montgomery's going to play this week.
No, I don't think so.
So I said he's
Um,
questionable, but from what it sounds like, is it's his ribs, and he's probably going to at least sit out this week.
yeah. So with Williams being out this week, I picked up Evans, rookie running back, or another rookie. I guess he's a rookie. Zach Evans. He's rostered in 55% of leagues. He's projected 11 points. If he gets me 11 points, I'm going to be happy. I'm going to be ecstatic. Downfall is Jamar Chase is on a bye. That sucks.
Who is?
Jamar Chase.
Oh, yeah, that does suck.
Yeah.
He's only had like 2 games in a row, like 2 good games.
Yeah, I know.
So, but still, yes, it is very detrimental to your team.
That suck. Good news is, though, is I get Deontay Johnson back.
That's not something you're really happy about.
Shouldn't be.
Can't pick a game and throw the ball.
You're right.
But it is someone who can at least catch the ball.
Yeah, better than some of the others that are out there.
Yes.
Let's see here. I'm switching things up as going through it too. Jordan Addison against San Francisco, probably not going to get 13 points this week. Hunter Henry is questionable. Who knows if he's going to play? Jalen Waddle should have another decent game. But they're playing Philadelphia though. But who knows?
Yeah, but there's a lot of firepower on that team. So if anything, it really does help him out.
Yeah.
Because they're going to be looking at Tyreek. So in reality, it does help him out.
And then I have the Las Vegas Raiders against your Chicago Bears this week.
Yeah, I mean, their defense is really bad, though, too. So
yeah.
It's going to be quite interesting. That's going to be another 12
game. Yeah. And then I have Jason Sanders.
Jason's the kicker for
Miami.
He's not bad.
Yeah. So I'm going up against Greg this week.
I almost picked him up, but they don't kick a whole lot of field goals. They score a lot of touchdowns. They score a lot of touchdowns. They kick a lot of extra points.
Yeah, a lot of extra points. You're sitting nice sitting at the top. 824 points so far this year. 4-2.
Mm-hmm.
How you feel about your team so far?
Good. I have a really good chance to go 5-2.
Yeah.
Nothing against Jason, but his team is awful. And he had some. One of his guys is out, not hurt, but two of his big time. Well, 3 of his big time guys are. 2 are on the bye. 1 is not going to play. Like I said, he has David Montgomery, which when he's healthy, he's probably a top 5 running back because he's literally destroyed the league anytime he's been healthy. When he's not hurt, he's got 13, 12, 34, and 20.
Yeah.
So he's probably a top 5 back for fantasy when he's not hurt. But like I said, he's not going to play this week. Thankfully, Breece Hall is also on a bye, so that helps me because these past 2 weeks when they actually been giving him carries, he's averaging over 20 points a game. So he's not playing. And then obviously his best receiver is not playing either, CeeDee Lamb, who is averaging about 15 points a game. So that helps me. He still has a decent team that has a chance to go really well. Jason still has Trevor Lawrence, Bijan Robinson. Madison, I don't really care for Madison. I know I was kind of big on him like in the preseason because I really did thought he was going to be good. They had a good offense, and Dalvin Cook did really well there. And the only difference between Madison and Dalvin Cook is he's just not as fast as Dalvin.
Right.
I thought he could have did really well, but he's been not great. Then he has Amon St. Brown, Devontae Smith, Kyle Pitts, Michael Pittman, the Browns defense, and Maher, the kicker for the Rams. So he has like a lot of questionable guys that either are going to perform really good or be really bad.
Yeah.
So I have a chance. I have a really good chance to go. I have a really good chance to go 5-2.
Yeah.
My team has been good. I've had a lot of injuries this year, a lot. And then I've also had a lot of guys step up in that position too. So I got Josh Allen, who's the number 1 fantasy quarterback in fantasy right now. Josh Jacobs, who was worrying me like the first 3 weeks. But these past couple weeks, he's came alive, and now they're playing Chicago, who has one of the worst. I think their defense is ranked 30th. So then I have Raheem Mostert. Everyone laughed at me for drafting him in our draft, and he is the number 2 running back behind Christian McCaffrey.
Yeah.
Now, granted, I'm not going to sit here and lie to you guys and tell you that I thought he was going to be what he is right now. Do not think that at all. He's 31 years old. He's super injury prone. Didn't think he was going to be putting up 23 points a game. But I'll take it. Calvin Ridley, who I was super big on in the draft, and I got him, and I was happy. And he came out, and he kind of proved me right his first game. And then he's kind of slumped off, and he's kind of had a lot of average games. He's only averaging about 12 points a game right now.
Mm-hmm.
But the good thing for me tonight is that he has Trevor Lawrence. Jason has Trevor Lawrence.
Yeah.
I've got really, so that can help me out. I also picked up Keenan Allen, who everybody at the draft made fun of me for again, especially Jason. He said, "Good job, you're drafting a guy who's old and injury prone." I've had Keenan Allen every year on my fantasy team. Every year that we basically played, I think besides one, I've drafted Keenan Allen. Again, I didn't think he was going to be this good. Keenan Allen's always good and reliable, but right now he's averaging 25 points a game as a receiver. And with Mike Williams out, that only helps his case. Like I said, this past week, he had 21 points again, so that helps. And then I have Aaron Jones, who he's been injured since like week 1.
Yep.
So he's back. I'm hoping he plays because if he does, they're playing Denver, who has the worst defense in the NFL.
They're awful.
That could really help me out. That could actually be a huge game.
Yeah.
For a huge comeback game. Then I was looking at the scoop up the Lions defense. They're playing Baltimore, and I don't think Baltimore is that great right now. And the Lions defense is actually really good.
Lions defense is good, but Baltimore's offense can put up some points really quickly.
They can, but they have not been playing well. Like last week, they looked awful. They left a lot of points on the table last week. They could have actually blew Tennessee out of the water. Or they play Tennessee?
Last weekend in London.
Yeah, they could have absolutely blew them out of the water, and they didn't. And then I picked up Brian McManus. He's Jacksonville's kicker, so he's playing tonight. Jacksonville. The reason I picked him up is because Jacksonville is one of those teams that either scores touchdowns or they kick field goals.
Yeah.
No, like scoring a bunch of touchdowns. There's no. It's just it's one of the two. But myself, I've been dealing with a lot of injuries. I don't know if you noticed, but I had James Conner, who was a top 5 running back, and he got hurt. He's on injured reserve. He's out for 4 weeks. Pat Freiermuth, this is his first game back. He was out for a couple games. And then the big one for me, who I spent my first round draft pick on, Justin Jefferson's out, and he's placed on IR. And instead of 4, now they're talking about 6 because they're so bad. They said, let's just let you rest for a couple of weeks.
Their bye week just happened to fall at the end of his return.
Yes. So 6 weeks. So hopefully I'm sitting in a good spot because if he comes back, he's instantly a game changer. But the last guy that I picked up, I actually picked him up this week, and I have I had 3 tight ends on my list. But I dropped Zach Ertz because he's not performing and terrible. I kept Pat Freiermuth, but I actually picked up Jonnu Smith for the Falcons.
Jonnu Smith, yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
So even with Kyle Pitts, these are his. He did not play in game 1. Jonnu Smith played in game 2, and these are his targets through all these games: 6'8", 6'7", 5. He's caught at least 4 of those passes every time. And right now, as a tight end, he's averaging 8.7, 8.7, 15, 10, and 13. And that's with Kyle Pitts. He's averaging about 9.5 points a game. He's the 9th ranked fantasy tight end behind Kyle Pitts. Seems like he's been performing a little more.
Yeah.
And they're playing Tampa Bay, and that's always kind of a poop show. So I'm kind of hoping that maybe he can sneak in a little more because they played Jacksonville, Houston, and Washington these last 3 games, and he's got 15, 10, and 13. And those are not terrible defenses either. Not great defenses, but not the worst. So I'm overall, I'm happy with my fantasy team.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. I don't have a. We'll get to that question in just a minute because that's an interesting question.
It is. So I'm happy. 5-2. I believe I'm sitting at the top.
Yeah. 5. Yeah, it's because of the points, and not because of points, because of who you beaten.
Yeah, I beat both guys under me.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm happy this year. I didn't think I was going to be that solid. I knew I was going to have a good team. I bragged about it the moment I drafted my fantasy team, but I didn't think I always brag about my fantasy team, but I thought I was going to have.
Right.
I thought I'd be sitting like 3rd place, like I usually am. Usually I'm sitting like around 3rd.
Yeah.
So.
Mediocre team.
Usually I have I usually have a make the playoff team. That's usually what I have, and then we kind of just see what happens from there.
That's kind of where I'm at with my team right now. Let's just get to the playoffs. We're not talking playoff. Let's just get to the playoffs.
Exactly. And like I said, last year I won our fantasy championship, but the past prior years, the year before that, the year before, I lost to you in the playoffs. I think the first round.
Mm-hmm.
And then the year before that, I made it to the second round, and I think I lost to you in the second round.
Did you?
It was either the first year we played. I think it might have been the first year that we started. I lost you in the first or second round again. So I think I've lost you twice. But I always make it. I always had a problem getting past the first round, but that's because I had a mediocre team. So
right.
I'm happy. I don't want to jinx myself, but I'm happy so far.
Yeah. No, I can't complain either. So with the other league, the other thing that we're doing, the team thing in the sleeper league and the dynasty league, we're 3-3 so far.
It's not bad.
Not bad.
No.
We're sitting in what place? Let me find it here. We're sitting in 4th place, so we have lost 2 straight.
Yeah.
This week we got Trevor Lawrence, Christian McCaffrey, Aaron Jones, hopefully, Devontae Adams. That's a question mark for me.
Well,
I don't know how.
Christian McCaffrey, he's not.
So is Christian McCaffrey.
He's not guaranteed to play either, and that would hurt.
Not Devontae Adams isn't because of injury; it's because of the production side of things right now.
Yeah, but that's Jimmy G also hasn't been playing, and Jimmy G's not playing again Sunday. They ruled him out today.
Yeah, I saw that.
But I kind of think with Aaron O'Connell, I think that's who the backup quarterback is. I think
yeah,
Aiden O'Connell, one of the two.
Aiden O'Connor, yeah.
I think that helps us with Devontae Adams more. He's a rookie QB, and I think he's going to trust the only guy he could really trust in that team to catch a ball.
Right.
So I think that might actually help us out more, and the Bears are absolutely awful.
It's true. They're
true. Really bad.
So then we got Terry McLaurin against the Giants this week. Travis Kelce, Brian Robinson, James Cook, Riley Patterson, kicker for Detroit, and then the LA Rams defense against Pittsburgh.
I like that because Kenny Pickett's awful. He's so poopy. He's so poopy.
Yeah. So we're going up against who are we going up against this week? Oh, Jake from Jake's Take.
From Jake's Take.
Yep. So good luck, Jake. We're 60% chance to win this week. So
yeah,
we're flying high here.
Smells like a win to me.
Smells like a win. Should be a win. We'll see if it's a win. So let's talk about let's answer this question really quick before we get too far into things. What do you think about Kraft's talk about getting rid of Belichick? What does it mean for the Patriots? What it means for the Patriots is that they need this to happen. My opinion. Don't look at me like that. They need to move on. They moved on from Brady. They need to move on from Belichick.
No, they didn't move on from Brady. Brady moved on from them.
Same thing.
It was definitely not.
Same thing.
No. If they get rid of Belichick, they're going to be the worst team in all of football.
They already are the worst team.
They're not the worst team. The Bears are the worst team in football.
No, right bet. Honestly, no.
Justin Fields is
Bears
out.
Would beat the Patriots.
Yes. No, we would not.
Okay.
Justin Fields is gone.
If you were completely healthy, the Bears.
If we're completely healthy, I still do not think we win. It'll be a complete defensive game, but I still do not think we win that game.
I don't know. I don't know.
I think getting rid of Belichick would be awful. You turned your back on a guy that has won you. He's the best coach to ever coach football. That's without a doubt.
Yeah.
And NFL history, best coach ever. 2, he's the only reason why you've won games since Brady's left. He's the only reason.
Right.
Why they still want to – their biggest thing right now is keeping Mac Jones around. That is the worst thing ever. Mac Jones is terrible. He's not been good from the start. Why they continue to want to play him, I have no idea. And they have no offensive production whatsoever. They have no receivers, zero. Juju Smith-Schuster's not a receiver. Mm-hmm. He's not good. They have no one to throw to on that team.
No.
Ramondre Stevenson and Ezekiel Elliott cannot do it by themselves.
No, they don't have a receiver. They don't have any receivers.
And you can't just run the ball 24/7 with Ramondre Stevenson and Ezekiel Elliott. That is a pretty two-headed horse in the backfield, and Mac Jones can't throw the football.
Mm-hmm.
Now defenses, they know that, so let's just stack the box.
Yeah.
I mean, Mac Jones is awful. I mean, he's I thought after last year he showed like a little bit of hope.
I
A
thought
little-
Mac Jones was going to be the next dude. To be honest,
I thought he's after last year. I thought he showed a little bit of hope. Like
yeah.
maybe he's understanding some stuff a little bit,
Hmm.
but he has took a freaking plummet, dude.
Yeah.
I mean, it's bad. And the only thing I don't like about Bill is that he's very stuck like in the old school days, like
Hmm.
where you don't need like the best receiver and you don't need the best running back, like that
Yeah.
type. But at the same time, they had Tom Brady, who made every player around him like the best player in that position.
Yeah.
Like he turned Edelman into a probably a Hall of Famer.
That's fair, but at the same time, you have to look at this with a little bit of grain. Yeah, yeah, it's awesome that he's brought so many championships to New England, but at the same time, clearly his coaching style is not working anymore. It's not working for the team that they have that they've been trying to build. So that's just my thought. I think it's time for them to. I honestly do think it's time for them to move on from Belichick.
But how do you think it would look turning your back on a guy who's won you
It's
7
not. I don't think it's turning your back. It's just being like, hey man, like here's the deal.
But you can't even cut him.
This is it.
You
You can
can't
keep
cut
him
him.
in the organization.
You can't cut him some slack. He's won you 7 championships. This is like his first
Yeah.
really bad year.
Right.
So you can't be like, okay, well,
No.
it's one bad year. So if it happens again next year, then we'll probably have to go a different way. Winning you 7 championships, you can't cut him a break on 1 year.
No,
1 year,
because you're
1 season.
expecting championships.
Well, if you're expecting a championship with the team that you have right now,
I know. I'm just saying that's the expectation of the organization is that, hey, we have 7 championships. We need an 8th. We need a
they
9th.
threw
We
that
need
out the
a
door
10th.
when they got rid of Tom Brady.
You're right. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that.
I'm just
But I'm just
from
saying I
my
think it's
point
ready
of
for
view,
them to move on from Belichick.
I would have to completely disagree. If a guy wins you 7 championships, I think you can cut slack for 1 season.
Yeah.
I think you can cut slack for 1 season. And also, I mean, he doesn't have the best roster to perform to win games at all either. And I would say that's not 100% on him. I would say that Robert Kraft probably has a lot to do with picking the offensive coordinators. I just think there's a lot to go there. Now, like next year, you start this bad again, then I wouldn't be so opposed to be like, okay, maybe it might be time to like.
Yeah, I mean, I think you could give him you could give him 1 more year.
But
I mean, 3 years with Mac. That'll be year 3 or 4 with Mac Jones, right?
Yes, yeah. But I can see where a lot of people definitely have the same point of view as you, though.
Yeah, they're just ready to move on.
Championships, the team's really bad,
Mhm.
and he's still stuck in like that old school type of era.
Yeah,
Like
you got to move on. At some point, you got to. At some point, you got to move on.
Or he could just retire after this year. You don't know.
That's what I mean. That's how I would put it. Like, hey, here's the thing: we're gonna take you off the coaching staff, retire as a coach, keep you on as a GM advisor, or anything, or some other role within the organization. So that way, it's not like this bad taste of, oh, we got rid of the most winningest coach in New England Patriots history.
But it wouldn't surprise me though. They let him go, then he goes to some really good team, wins the Super Bowl. Because he's gonna get picked up. He would get picked up by anybody.
Look at I'm not gonna say Mike McCarthy because he's not doing not a fantastic job either. But Andy Reid, there you go. Andy Reid. Mm-hmm. Perfect example of it.
Did really good in Philadelphia.
Got short shafted in Philadelphia, and
he did. Good
and
shot. Now
so did he's won 2 Super Bowls now
in 4 years.
Yeah.
So,
got a question for you. Oh yeah, is it being a lock tonight? Even with the tough matchup.
Yeah, I think you have to.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think unless you have like some other top 5 running back, top 10 running back that you can throw in there, I think you have to. He's basically been on fire.
Yeah. His other running back. Sorry, I didn't see this here. Other running backs are for the weekend are Jacobs and DeAndre Swift. I see you got to play Josh Jacobs, right, against Chicago.
Yeah. I do. Oh God. That's kind of hard because DeAndre Swift is playing Miami, and their defense is not great.
No, that's not.
But they're playing who is Jacksonville playing tonight? New Orleans.
New Orleans.
I'm gonna say Etienne and Jacobs.
Yeah. That was my pick right away
New
when I saw it too.
New Orleans is not that good. And even though Etienne hasn't I'm not gonna say hasn't performed. He has one game where he hasn't performed. Other than that, he scored 21, 6, 17, 10, 36, and 23. And that 36 that he threw up against was against Buffalo. And the 23 that he just threw up against was against Indianapolis, who also has a semi-decent defense. Yeah, you 100% have to. Etienne is 100% a lock.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then Jacobs or DeAndre Swift?
I'll go Jacobs. You got to go Jacobs. I still don't necessarily like the whole running back committee in Philadelphia and what they're doing. But it works. But all it takes is a couple of bad runs for DeAndre Swift, and next thing you know, he's getting 8 carries in the game.
So what you're saying is make it matchup based for Jacobs. Yeah. They're playing the Bears, who are really, really bad. So
in this case,
probably he probably puts up 20 points.
He should put up 20 points.
I think so.
He should.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think Jacobs is a lock.
Etienne and Jacobs. Etienne's a lock tonight, as long as he's not in that flex spot. It's just a weird spot, but yeah. Oh, we got another one. We got a couple questions here. Michael Thomas, Cortland Sutton, Josh Palmer, or Alex Madison.
Choose one wide receiver and flex.
One flex.
Oh God.
Josh Palmer's running back, LA, right? Chargers.
Yeah. Wide receiver, one flex.
Yeah.
And he added another one at the bottom. Choose 3. Swift, Ford, Kamara, Mozart. If we're just going off of this, choose one wide receiver and one flex, just off of these guys.
Yeah.
I'm probably going Michael Thomas and Cortland Sutton.
Yeah.
That's who I'm going to go. If I'm picking out
even with how awful the Broncos' offense is.
Yeah, but it seems like Cortland Sutton's Jerry Jeudy's terrible. I don't even consider him a wide receiver for that team.
He probably won't be on the Broncos in 2 weeks, anyways.
No, Cortland Sutton. It seems like him and Russell Wilson have made a little bit of chemistry.
That's fair.
And I think he's the only offense besides Javonte Williams. So I just don't like Josh Palmer, and Josh Palmer. That's wide receiver for that. That's a wide receiver for
the Chargers, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't even really know how he did this week because I had Keenan Allen. That's all I was focusing on.
He's like, I got Keenan Allen. I don't care about Josh Palmer.
I did not care. Actually, let me see, because he actually had some decent games.
Yeah. But that was when who was out? Somebody was out, though, right?
He's got 14, 10, and 10. They're playing KC.
No. Mm-mm.
I still say Michael Thomas. If I'm picking out of these 3 right now, or these 4, I'm picking Michael Thomas.
Yeah. Yeah. That's what I would say. Yeah, I agree. I think Michael Thomas, Cortland Sutton. I don't trust Madison at all. I haven't for 2 years now, 3 years.
Not anymore. You were right. You were right.
I told you that. I told you that 2 years ago when they were like, "Oh yeah, Alex Madison's going to be the next."
He wasn't the starting running back. Now he had a chance this year and he blew it.
Yeah.
Or he's blown it so far. So
yeah, but he'll probably he's probably going to rake off 4 or 5 straight 25-point games. We're going to be like, sorry, we were wrong, because that happens. Because it's 6-0. Team is Tua, CMC, Kenneth Cup. Jesus Christ. Olave, Goddard. Dallas Goddard's not been great this year. James Cook is the flex. Bench Dell, Deontay, Warren, Zach Evans, Jameson, and Fields. Should I trade James Cook
for A-Chain? A-Chain?
A Chan.
Yeah, he's gonna be out for another 4. He's on IR, so he's gonna be out.
He's gonna be out for a while.
You're 6-0. I probably wouldn't change anything.
No, I wouldn't trade that. I wouldn't. I wouldn't do that yet.
And A-Chan still shares carries with Mozart. He still gets points, but
James Cook's the dude in Buffalo.
Yeah, he's already been hurt twice too. So that's also not a good start to a season when you've already been injured twice.
If it's dynasty, then I could see that this being a possibility. But
if it's dynasty, James Cook is going to be the guy in Buffalo until he retires.
Yeah,
or until he's awful.
Yeah, well, till he's about 28, and they're like, nah, we don't need you anymore.
Yeah, I in my eyes, no, you're 6-0. I wouldn't change anything about my team.
Yeah,
If it's
I,
not
I
broke, if it's not broke, don't fix it. That's how I look at it.
that's true. That's fair. That's fair. I like that. Okay. Yeah, I wouldn't. No, nope.
I agree.
What was it? What was the slam accept button? Not the hit the no accept.
Yeah,
Decline.
decline it.
You've been declined. Thanks. Let's see. Zach Wilson
leading the Jets
leading
next
the
year.
Jets.
When Rodgers comes back, mark my words, Roger comes back for the end of the season.
I agree. I think if they make the playoffs, he's their quarterback for the playoffs.
I think he plays before the playoffs end.
Yeah.
I think he
was walking and throwing the football the other day.
Yeah, he's throwing a football with no boot on, with nothing, zero.
Yep, that's insane.
It's been like what, 7 weeks?
Happened in week 1, right? 7 weeks.
7 weeks. Yeah. So he was in a boot like 2 weeks after the surgery.
Yeah,
walking. By himself.
Walking.
Yeah. No, Zach Wilson will not be leading the Jets. Zach Wilson will still be there. I think he showed a lot of grit, and I think
I
think
I said this last time.
Yeah,
I think I said this last time, or I said it on the Sunday morning tailgate show, that Zach Wilson has the capability of being a good quarterback in the NFL.
Yes,
with the right pieces around him
and
the right coaching staff.
And what did I say on our last show 2 weeks ago? I said Aaron Rodgers is coming back to help out.
Yeah,
and look what's happened.
Yeah,
Zach Wilson's a completely different guy. He's not there throwing 4 touchdowns, but he's actually controlling the clock, controlling the game, not making a bunch of turnovers, not making awful mistakes.
Yeah,
he's yes, I agree with you. He definitely has all the tools. You couldn't have said it better.
Yeah,
I think all the tools.
I mean, they've not only almost to be honest, they should have beat the Chiefs.
Yes,
and they just knocked off the Eagles with Zach Wilson.
And don't forget,
Zach Wilson's the worst quarterback ever. But is he?
Yeah, and don't forget, in that Casey game, I don't care what anybody says.
He probably played his best game so far.
He was the best quarterback. He was better than Patrick Mahomes that game.
Yeah,
100%.
Yes. I'm not going to disagree with that.
He was 100% better than Patrick Mahomes that game.
Yeah.
So yeah, I agree with you. You couldn't have said it better. He definitely has all the tools to be a franchise quarterback.
Yeah, it's just again, it's. Then we'll get to this question in just a minute. I said it was on the Sunday morning tailgate because we were talking about rookie quarterbacks, and we were talking about Bryce Young. By the way, Sunday morning tailgates on at 10:45 every Sunday morning. It's your pregame NFL show here at Variety Sports Network. So make sure you go tune into that on Sunday morning. We're talking about rookie quarterbacks and how there's this like built up pressure, like they have to succeed right away. And we were looking at which rookie quarterbacks necessarily haven't been doing so well and which ones, not rookie quarterbacks, but just quarterbacks who came into the NFL. You look at Jordan Love, who sat behind Rodgers.
He did.
For what, 2 years, 3 years?
2, 3 years. Yeah.
He's not doing awful.
Yeah, he's not doing good now. He started off hot.
Yeah.
Yes, he did. He looked really good. I think he has tools to be a.
There was Patrick Mahomes, another example of it. He sat behind Alex Smith for 2 years.
He did.
For a year and a half in Kansas City before he got the shot to take the full-time QB1 role in Kansas City.
He did.
So instead of throwing these rookie guys out into the NFL where it's not college football, people, it's not. It's different.
No, the game moves 100 times faster, and these guys are way bigger, and they have way more experience.
Mm-hmm.
And you're coming off from learning a college playbook, and some college playbooks are not NFL playbooks. They're not. Just like if I take your playbook that you run at your high school,
right,
and I compare it to a college playbook,
it's gonna be different.
Nothing's gonna be the same.
No, it'll be different.
It's a way faster game. The guys are way bigger and they're way better. And then vice versa for the NFL. Yeah. Zach Wilson has had a lot of criticism, but I think with Aaron Rodgers and what he's shown this year, I think I 100% agree with you. I definitely think that Zach Wilson will probably be the franchise quarterback of the Jets after Aaron Rodgers is done.
I could see it. I could definitely see it.
I agree with you. He at least has all the tools.
Yeah. So we got one more question here. Unless other ones pop up, this will be the last one for for now, and we'll do some boom and bust, and then we'll get out of here for the night. If that's all right with you, does that sound good to you?
Mhm.
Sweet. Okay. DeAndre Swift. I'm guessing that the what's the guy's name? It's Ford out
Jerome
of Cleveland.
Ford.
Jerome Ford,
Mhm.
Kamara, Mozart, Madison. Choose
Two easy
three.
picks.
Um,
I'll choose
Kamara,
three.
choose three.
Oh, I think this is easy peasy, lemon
Um,
squeezy.
I said no to Swift earlier though.
I'm not picking Swift.
You're going Ford, Kamara, and Mozart.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you had to
That's
trust Kamara.
three.
Jacksonville's defense it's but it's
Yeah.
Kamara. You're gonna
Right.
play you still played CMC against Dallas's defense, and Dallas was supposed to have the best defense in fantasy.
Yeah, and they looked awful.
Mozart is putting up 23 points a game.
Mm.
He's insane. And there's been a lot of hype right now with Jerome Ford. He's playing the Colts, who have been getting absolutely torched by running backs.
That's true.
Yeah, I mean, I have him starting in one of my other leagues. Yeah, he's still averaging at least 10 carries a game.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I start for it. I don't like Swift. I don't like Madison.
No. Yeah, we're not on the Madison boat. We're way off. The Madison boat's gone. We're still on shore.
Yeah, I say Ford. I say Ford, Kamara, and Mozart. I think.
Yeah, that was the three that immediately went to my head. Was those three right there?
I think you probably, if you have those three on your team, I think you probably score a lot of points.
Yeah.
Actually, that's pretty crazy. The fact that you have Madison, Swift, Ford, Kamara, and Mozart all on the same team.
It's pretty impressive.
That is pretty crazy.
Yeah, the other people in your league need to know how to draft because that's awful. Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy.
It's bad. You ready for some boom or bust?
Let's get it.
Oh yeah. Boom or bust, baby. Let's go with the guy who probably had a career game last week, I think, in my opinion. And that's I guess it's not really a career game. He had 17.1 points, and that's Zay Flowers. They're playing Detroit this week. He's projected 14.1 points this week. 28% to boom or to bust, I'm sorry, and 27% to boom, which is over 24.1 points. He's already boomed once this year. Do you think he gets over does he get to 14 points and does he get to 24?
And you said it's Zay Flowers.
Zay Flowers.
Who are they playing?
Detroit.
And what's he projected?
14.1.
14.1.
27% chance to go over 24.1 points.
14.1. They're playing Detroit. I'm gonna say he does not get 14 points.
You don't think so?
Mm-mm.
That's fair. I can see that.
They're playing Detroit. Detroit's really good. They're second. That pass rush is insane.
Yeah.
Aiden Hutchinson, who somebody said was terrible, was not going to be good. There's two guys I can think of. There's two guys I can think of right now that said
he was
not going to be good. Yes.
I never said that.
You and Jordan both said he was not going to be good. Yes.
I never said that. Never said that. If
I could go back in time last year on the show that we did together, I would 100% find it.
I don't remember saying Aiden Hutchinson was not going to be good.
Yes. And actually, I think it was in a text. I'm going to find it.
Oh God.
I'm going to find it eventually.
That
pass rush is insane. The core, the linebacking core is insane. The defense is just super solid.
Yeah.
I mean, they're really good.
They're good.
I think Jackson is going to be running more than he's going to be throwing.
That's fair. Like it just getting pushed out of the pocket.
Yeah. I think he's yeah. I
could see that.
Yeah.
I could see that. My next one here for you is Tua Tagovailoa against Philadelphia. It's projected 20. I know this is a good one, right? 20 projected 20.2 points with a boom 20% of over 26.6 points. He's boomed twice this year. 2 out of the 6 games he's went over his projected numbers.
Boom.
Okay. He does play really good in these kind of games. Well, outside of maybe not so much. Maybe the Buffalo game.
Well, and Philadelphia just hasn't played anyone that has this much speed right now.
That's fair.
And I think that might just catch them off. I mean, everyone knows how fast these guys are, but I guess it's different when you play them.
Yeah.
I think maybe that might catch him off guard a little bit. I'm not saying he's the greatest quarterback, but whenever you have Jalen Waddle, Raheem Mostert, and Tyreek Hill, I mean, all you really got to do is just throw the ball in the air.
That's fair. That's fair. I like that. I think that's fair. I think that's a fair opinion. I think he just gets to the 20. I think he just hits the 20 points.
So
I don't know if he goes over. No, because bust is under 12 and a half.
Okay, so you think he just
he just meets he just meets the average.
I don't hate that.
Yeah. I can see. I mean, I don't know. He didn't do very well against Buffalo. Buffalo's defense is really good. Philadelphia's defense is good.
This is very true.
It's better than some of the other teams. But on the other side of things, they are coming off a big win in kind of a rebound game against Carolina. So,
yeah,
I could see the boom. But I think he just hits the average this week.
Yeah, I could see them running the ball a lot too. So,
let's give me one more here. Do you got one?
Do I got one? Yeah. Sure.
Let's see which one you get. Let's go. Nope, I don't like that one. Ooh, that would have been a good one. That would be a good one. We'll do yours. We'll do yours.
Okay.
Lay it on me, baby.
I think this has a chance to be a good one. Okay. Keenan Allen. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Boom or bust, playing Kansas City. He's the third-ranked fantasy receiver right now in all fantasy, averaging 25 points a game.
You're welcome, Justin Herbert.
He's got a 27% chance to bust and a 28% chance to boom. Boom is 30.6 points. Bust is 12.1 points.
And he's projected what?
He's projected 19.
And his boom is 30?
30.
Holy crap.
Well, he's averaging 25 a game.
That's true.
They've played Miami, Tennessee, Minnesota, Las Vegas, and Dallas, and he scored 14, 31, 47, 12, and 21.
And they're playing Kansas City.
And who actually has probably the best defense they've had since Patrick Mahomes has been there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think this is a bust.
You think he's busting?
I think he's busting.
I'm starting him, obviously, but yeah. I kind of think he probably does too.
Yeah.
I really do. I kind of think he probably just scores like under 19.
I don't know what it is with the Chargers right now, but they just can't seem to win. They can't seem to win games.
And they are scoring quite a bit of points a game and still losing.
Yeah.
Because that defense is awful.
Defense isn't good. You let up that many points, you can't win.
You have Joey Bosa and Khalil Mack.
Yeah. I know.
Yeah, I honestly I'm gonna have to agree with you. I'm still gonna start him, obviously, but
you have to. It's that chance. You got to.
I think he probably only scores like 13.
I was gonna say 15.
And I don't know if that's just I don't know if I'm gonna say that's because of touchdowns or if I'm gonna say it's just because receptions and yards. I don't even know if he scores, to be honest.
Yeah.
Like I said, Kansas City actually has a pretty serious defense. If that offense was a little better, and I can't believe I'm saying that, they'd be a force to be reckoned with right now.
Yeah.
They really would be. They did get McCole Hartman back, though, so that'll be interesting to see. Yeah, but he's fast and he can catch the ball.
He's just doing it. I was talking with somebody today about him. He's just there to open up space.
Yeah, but at least he can catch the ball.
Yeah.
But yeah, I agree with you. Yeah.
He's just there to open up space. Don't pick him up. He's gonna have those one or two big games, but if you get him, just bench him. Right? Don't play him right away.
I would agree.
Yeah, McCole Hardman time is not something you want. It just didn't make any sense. And I was talking to they traded him to the Jets, right? Or he just signed with the Jets?
I don't remember.
I thought he got traded, but somebody else told me he had just signed. He signed with the Jets. I said, I don't know, but trading him back to Kansas City doesn't make any sense at all. But it's whatever. You got to pick out of it, so just roll with it.
Very true.
Yeah. You got anybody else? Or One more boomer bust.
Yeah. Jordan was asking me questions about this earlier today. So
Mhm.
not necessarily a boomer bust. Kind of a boomer bust. All right.
Who's your boomer bust? Who you got?
It's a boomer bust, but I want you to pick one.
Oh God.
Okay. Cooper Kupp or Puka Nacua?
They're playing.
They're playing Pittsburgh.
Pittsburgh. Oh, you can't really.
Cooper Kupp or Puka Nacua?
That's really hard to pick.
So pick one of those first, and then boomer bust me. Cooper Kupp's been back 2 games, and he's had over 100 yards both games, and he's had 19.8 points and 27.8 points in the 2 games.
Give me Cooper Kupp.
Cooper
Give
Kupp?
me Cooper Kupp to boom. Yeah.
Boom. All right. His boom is 23.8 points. His bust is 10.4. He's projected 20.7.
Oh yeah, give me the boom.
Boom?
Give me the boom.
Yeah.
We need an explosion thing like to come up on the screen.
I bet you he gets close to 30.
Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me at all.
And
I'm
honestly,
gonna have that for the next show, just so you know. If we do boomer bust, it's just gonna be an explosion.
I think Puka Nacua probably has a really good game too.
Yeah, they both probably should.
Pittsburgh's defense is secondary is atrocious.
Okay.
Their defensive line is really good.
How they're 3-3 or 4-2 or whatever they are, I don't understand. But
it's not because of the offense.
No, it's not because of the offense.
But yeah, that's what I got.
Solid. You got anything else for us?
Nope, that's it.
I don't either.
That's all I got.
I don't either. I got nothing.
That's all I got.
It was a fun show. Thanks for coming on. Sorry it's a little later. Sorry. And apologize for it being a little bit since we've been here. Schedules have just been funky.
You know
how it works. So
yes.
But appreciate your questions. Make sure you go subscribe to the show. Not to the show, to the channel, to Variety Sports Network. I believe Mike and John are live right now with Out of Your Falcon Mind. And then Saturday Showdown is later tonight, along with the Boneyard Podcast. It is also live right here on the Variety Sports Network. For Brandon, for Dillon, this is Fantasy for the Win. This is going to be your favorite football podcast or show. You just got to give us a shot. I promise you. And we'll see you next week.
Hey, this is Brandon, CEO of the Variety Sports Network. Thank you again for watching tonight's show. Best way you can support us is by hitting that subscribe button, that like button, and hitting the notification so you don't miss out on the next show right here on the Variety Sports Network.
Oh, God.